costly $276 million recall election, Californians decided it makes more sense to maintain the status quo and keep Gavin Newsom in office. Like many predicted, in a blue state like California, it is a pipe dream to think a right-wing populist vanity campaign can magically remove a sitting Democrat governor. The California recall highlighted glaring differences in ideology versus reality among Republicans, where ideology somehow made more sense to some voters. But ideology does not translate into ability and capacity to govern. We see it over and over in political campaigns that results matter more than rhetoric. Yet somehow this is not the foundation of campaigning in California on either side as it should be. The Los Angeles Times coined the phrase, the elder effect, which is similar to the Bradley effect, as both these effects flipped the vote to the opponent within weeks prior to the election. How Californians could not choose a proven leader like Kevin Faulconer, who ran the second largest city in California, having been elected mayor twice in a nonpartisan election, is disappointing, but not at all that surprising, as Californians are just getting to know him. Why it somehow made sense to take a populist approach and favor a neophyte in terms of capacity to govern in Republican Larry Elder is something historians are sure to take a closer look at in years to come. But for now, at least for another year, California averted yet another disaster by keeping the undesirable sitting governor. While Californians have suffered tremendously from lockdowns and mandates under Gavin Newsom, before the recall, no one would have believed there was someone who could actually make things worse. But that is what voters ended up realizing once confronted with the choice between Newsom and Elder. The one thing Democrats have to remember now is, at the national level, they look like the party that is not willing to work with reasonable, moderate Republicans. No matter how reasonable the solutions, there is this unseen boogeyman called Trumpism, which is really a kind of right-wing counterculture carnival barking. Whatever Trumpism is, both Republican and Democrat voters are terrified of it because it is something that has taken on a life of its own. Every Republican should remember, as long as even those among us who are reasonable are politically harassed with Trumpism, we will not be able to bridge the partisan gap. This theoretical idea every Republican is saddled with, deserving of it or not, is something voters are extremely afraid of because it mobilizes extreme ideas of the left and right-wing counterculture that work to the disadvantage and dissolution of democracy. And if this is still the America I think it is, nobody wants that. From the front lines of America's leading political news and opinion, I'm Alex Stadig with Front Page Index, Politics for You.